Hi beautiful! Today we're making salted caramel chocolate cupcakes, which are to die for. The perfect balance of salty and sweet makes this the ultimate cupcake flavor. In a small bowl or measuring cup, add the milk and a little bit of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, whichever one works for you. Give it a quick mix and set it aside for just a few minutes. In a large bowl, add the all-purpose flour and cornstarch, then sift these ingredients. This will make the cupcakes lighter and fluffier. Now we're going to take the same mixture that we just worked with and we're going to do this one more time, but first add in your unsweetened cocoa powder. Then add your baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Sift these ingredients, and as you can see, we're getting rid of these really big lumps that are left behind. Now add the granulated sugar and brown sugar to the bowl and mix it all together. You can find the full recipe in the description box below, along with metric and standard measurements, as well as replacements in case you don't have some of these ingredients on hand. Moving on to the wet ingredients, crack in 1 egg, and then pour in the milk mixture we had set aside earlier. Add the vegetable oil or any other flavorless oil for moisture. Then add the espresso powder, which intensifies chocolate flavors. Mix the ingredients, but not completely. There should still be a little bit of the dry ingredients that haven't been incorporated. Finally, add the hot water and now combine the ingredients and mix just enough so that there are no more lumps, but do not overmix, or else you will get dense, heavy cupcakes, which is not what we want. Take a cupcake pan lined with 6 cupcake liners or parchment paper. Fill each one with batter 3/4 of the way. Don't fill it completely because they will rise in the oven and we don't want them to overflow. Bake at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the tops have firmed up. Insert a toothpick in the center of a cupcake, and if it comes out clean, then it should be baked through. While the cupcakes are cooling, we can move on to the caramel topping. In a saucepan on low flame, add the butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, milk, and a little bit of salt. Stir this frequently and wait for the sugar to dissolve and the butter to melt. Once it looks like this, bring the heat up to medium and allow it to cook until the mixture is golden brown and there are large bubbles forming, just like this. Pour a little over 3/4 of the caramel sauce into a separate bowl and allow it to cool to room temperature. Do not touch or handle the sauce until it has completely cooled. To make the salted caramel frosting, add the powdered sugar in the bowl with the caramel in it. Add it in about 1/2 cup at a time and then mix together with a spoon or a whisk if you prefer. Add more of the sugar and then mix once again. The icing is going to look really thick and clumpy initially, so add some milk, 1 teaspoon at a time to get it to the right consistency. I added about 2.5 teaspoons in total to get the icing to a glossy, smooth consistency. If your icing still looks really lumpy, you can go ahead and add in some more milk, and if your icing is too watery, add in some more sugar. You want it to be really thick, glossy, and creamy so that it sticks onto the cupcake. Transfer to a piping bag with a star tip. Then take one of your cupcakes and pipe a generous dollop of the frosting in the center of your cupcake. Once you've done that, pipe a large swirl around, but the amount of frosting you put depends on what you want. Make sure that your cupcakes are 100% cooled before you pipe them, or else the frosting will melt off. And I learned that from experience, so please make sure that they're not too hot. Again, to frost these cupcakes, put a generous amount in the center and then make a swirl around it. It's far easier than it seems, so don't worry about messing up. Lastly, drizzle a little bit of that caramel sauce that we had set aside earlier on each of your cupcakes. That is it for today's recipe. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye!